Milblogger. With the latest news and conflicts around the world, shaping your reality.
Selena Gomez. Hello, West Coast Milblogger fans. This week's meme, and final meme commissioned by parent company From A to Z to promote its new screenplay Z Dead, now competing in Hollywood scriptwriting contests, features Selena Gomez. Of course, her make-believe comment refers to her role in The Dead Don't Die. Spoiler alert, she loses her head in a movie. The role From A to Z hopes to recruit her to play doesn't involve this scenario. Instead, she's present when the zombie outbreak gets real. Now to more on Paris Olympics, post-Olympic invasion, and America's next president.
Paris Olympics. Tell us how the Paris Olympics are making a splash on the world scene, impacting the conversation on climate change. Right now it's 69 degrees in Paris, France, where the air quality is fair. Thunderstorms are in the forecast. Meanwhile, wildfires rage across the west coast of the United States, and tragedy this week as 229 people are dead from landslides in Ethiopia.
Last night, we watched Under Paris on Netflix. This 2024 French action thriller is said to swim the jaws, yet it does more than that, as it shares a vision of sharks striking back against humanity during an international swimming competition, mirroring what's happening in Paris this week, as world-class athletes take a dunk in the Seine River.
Can the Lords of Hemp build on this momentum, with a new screenplay in the works for an Environmental Film Award? If so, then a movie like Under Paris is leading the way on the conversation of this important topic, with a fast-paced movie that always arrived back at the theme of saving the environment. Even if a little rushed or awkward at times with few examples from the past to guide it, Under Paris changes the conversation. Taking a look now at the Olympic medal count.
On the official Olympic website, one can see the U.S. once again has the total medal count lead with 12. China, a nation that prides itself on winning the most gold medals at the Games, sits in second place with 3 gold medals. Instead, it is Indo-Pacific rivals Australia and Japan, with 4 gold medals each, leading early.
Post-Olympic invasion. Share what the global community fears most about the end of this year's Olympics. It's safe to say original Putin made a name for himself launching invasions of neighboring countries coinciding with Olympic Games. This year could already be foreshadowing a major military strike with terrorist operations taking place in the City of Light. Chinese boots are on the ground in Belarus. Russia forces fight for meters in Ukraine without the distraction of sport. While NATO countries amusing themselves with the historical spectacle have already said the actions of adversaries remains intolerable while doing nothing. China's also doing its best to shake Western influence of the media to reach out to other nations in order to make deals involving peace and prosperity, not to mention a first-ever joint mission to send bombers along with Russia for an Arctic mission, much like previous balloon crossings of international borders. Could Russia and China be preparing for an attack on Canada and America? If they feel it's possible, there's no telling what they could attempt. Yet the West reminds them with surfacing submarines no one is untouchable. This makes Taiwan the focus of the main attack. Unable to create strong international ties with a small military and unlimited wealth, the island nation could be absorbed into mainland China for the first time in history. America's next president. Explain why West Coast Milblogger doesn't vote and how this plays into the current presidential election going forward, with the expectation Kamala Harris becomes the Democrat nominee. It seems like forever, yet it's only been a week since Biden dropped out of the presidential race of 2024. It's being reported about $100 million in cash can be made available to the Harris campaign if she accepts the Democrat nomination for president. That's on top of about $180 million in the coffers of campaign supporters. However, Democrats must start from scratch with other nominees on the ticket. In a West Coast Milblogger exclusive, we're revealing how Harris doesn't have to keep Biden's promise to reclassify marijuana and hemp from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Once again, research into hemp graphene for affordable hydrogen fuel cell engines finds itself in jeopardy. Even Queen Bee's endorsement doesn't mean an end to marijuana's federal prohibition in the United States. Yet we've already had 4 years of Trump's inaction on the issue. That's unless you remember he made hemp federally legal before over-regulating the industry into bankruptcy pre-pandemic to enrich another major industry fearing hemp's medical benefits, Big Pharma. This is described in the Kindle Vella Pandemic Manifesto, now available on Amazon, published by From A to Z. All eyes remain on the Democrats ahead of their national convention. Meanwhile, Trump tries his best to assume the role already, making deals with Netanyahu and Putin to secure world peace, only if he wins. WCM put forth this cabal conspiracy before to ridicule, while these events now unfold in mainstream media as unrelated. World peace is a political issue to support or dethrone an incumbent party. All the while, climate change sneaks up on us like a saltwater shark in fresh water, hidden under plastic pollution.